Welcome, everyone. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions, where we have a mission to wake the world up to what's possible for healing, one brave word at a time. And here today to help me with that mission is one of the amazing authors of a book that we have came out today. It's called Dreaming with Bees, Sacred Medicine from Beyond the Veil of Grief. Welcome, Maria Brannon.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here.
So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Maria, but I just want to get a little or big thank you to our lead author, Dasha Bond, in here before we start. Dasha, your mission and vision for this book was huge. You are an amazing human being doing big, badass things in the world. And I'm so grateful to you for gathering this stellar group of authors together for this really powerful book. So thank you. I know I speak for all of our authors when I give that gratitude. Let's talk to Maria Brannon today. Her journey as a vocalist spans over 30 years. Today, as the driving force behind iridescent knowing and the voice magnetic, she guides clients on transformative journeys using her voice with other healing instruments, helping them realign to the innate wisdom and strength that lies within. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's talk about these juicy things today. Maria, tell us about the chapter that you wrote.
Yes, so my chapter is chapter 4, The Voice Magnetic, Alchemize Wounds into Wisdom. And it's really, in a nutshell, about reclaiming your voice as your own, developing a sacred relationship to your voice in a way that is empowering for you, no matter what it is you're needing to express.
A voice out of many, many topics is one I get really super excited about because we could also be talking about your writing voice, any kind of
Absolutely.
expression. Yeah. So, I'm a fan of this topic. What do you think the most important thing you want people to know about voice is?
No one can take it away from you. It's yours. It's your unique power. Your voice is so unique that it's as unique as a fingerprint. So no one else in the world has ever or will ever have the same exact voice as you. And when you express that, whether audibly or through your writing or through dance or any way that you create anything, you're putting that beautiful vibration of your uniqueness out into the world, which serves others in ways that you may never even see. But that's what I find so powerful with really claiming our voices.
And it's part of the reason behind the why for these collaborations, because I know you know this, but the way you say something today is going to be the way someone else hears it that needs to hear it only the way you can say it. And oh, I love what you just said. Your voice is as unique as your fingerprint. I don't know if I knew that. That's pretty big potato stuff. What else do you want to tell people about that?
It really is. It's interesting. I've seen even technology now catching up with this idea of having a voice print done, which can show you different frequencies in your voice that maybe are not as strong or as expressed. And having that knowledge in your hands can actually help give you insights on what you may need to balance out as far as like frequencies and tones. If there's something missing in your voice range, your frequencies, then there's software now that can actually diagnose and say, hey, you need to be immersing yourself in a D sharp for 10 minutes twice a day. It's like musical medicine, right? It's amazing. So it's fascinating and it's endless, all the different things that are coming to light about frequency and sound healing and your voice. It's incredible.
Tie voice into the grief process for me. What do you want us to know?
So in my story, I I struggled a lot with perfectionism and using my voice in a way that was very performative and to please other people. And that was that was from a very early age. And it's partially because I wanted to be a performer. So of course I would use my voice in that way. And I had voice lessons and I went to school for performing and theater and I was in theatrical productions and did all of that. So the problem was I became so enmeshed in what others thought about me and what others were thinking about my voice. If I was being good enough, if I sounded pretty enough, or if it sounded the way it was supposed to, if I was perfect enough, whatever that elusive, whatever that means. But I was so caught up in that it really started to suck all of the joy out of singing, which I would have never seen that coming. I lost all joy for singing and performing. And I didn't realize it until later, but that was a really huge loss for me. That was a really huge loss. And this whole process of writing with Dasha and our entire hive of sisters, bee sisters, has been such a beautiful process of really looking at that and acknowledging that, yes, that was actually a loss. And I needed to grieve it. I needed to really give myself the permission to grieve that all grief and loss doesn't look exactly the same. It doesn't always look like the loss of a loved one or a pet or anything else. It can be a loss of part of yourself and something so intrinsic as your own voice. To lose that, to feel like I didn't have agency over my own voice or have a relationship with my own voice that was healthy and reciprocal. I needed to grieve that. So this story and writing with Dasha and the group has been so transformative and helpful in really claiming that.
Yeah, and even just the idea of losing something, well, losing the joy for something that you identified with as part of you, just losing the
Absolutely.
joy for it alone. Like, and I love that you're saying this can be, it is so different depending on the person and depending on what you're going through. You know, many people in our healing community talk about finding opportunities and purpose inside of pain. Um, how has that idea helped you or not?
For me, it's really helped because the pain of losing that innate joyfulness of just expressing myself and being free to express myself in whatever sound or movement or any other creative act that came through me wanted to come through, and just being free in that, the pain of losing that forced me and created so much discomfort in not being able to do that in the way that I wanted to, that I had to seek. I had to look at those things directly in the eye and work with them. I had to come to my voice in a new way that really was just for me, just for me. And that literally meant just sitting with my voice and making sounds, all kinds of sounds. No sound was unacceptable. No sound was off limits. And really just like giving myself permission to do that on a regular basis and rebuild the trust relationship with my own voice. That was so powerful. It's been transformative for me.
It was so uncomfortable. It forced you into transformation, which I'm
Yep.
rewording a couple things that you said, but like I'm doing that for the listeners too. Like if you're being shoved into discomfort, like, you know, first of all, feel it all, give yourself permission to feel fully first. I think what comes up a lot is like, you know, we're not telling you to shove things aside, shove it. No, just like, what is that? And can you feel that first? And then there might be an opportunity to, we could fill in the blank of that, you know, lots of opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's kind of like, I like the visual of a pearl, right? So a pearl is only created because of agitation, agitation and scratches and pressure. And it's only created because of that. So finally you get to this place where you see, oh my gosh, all of these challenges and pain has been a beautiful gift for me to help me open up and allow myself to be seen and allow myself to be heard and allow myself to be the fullest expression of who I'm here to be, which is the best way that we can all be of service to each other, is to really be shining our lights so that we help other people shine their lights as well.
Yes, no doubt about that one. Okay, so what message do you want to leave everybody with in terms of like, there might be a listener here today just kind of dipping a toe in on this healing journey. Sometimes this healing work is uncomfortable. Sometimes, some days it feels impossible. What do you want them to know?
Oh, that's so true. Some days it does feel really hard. I really want to leave people with, they don't have to be perfect. And I really encourage people to not be scared by the title, The Voice Magnetic, and not worry about the voice aspect of it so much, but really just be open to new ways of expressing yourself. And one of the things that I did at the end of the chapter is there's a little goodie that they can go find on my website. And it's actually, there's a couple of guided practices that they can do that only take 5 minutes. And it's really just allowing your voice to have a little bit of space in the world in maybe a way that you haven't done before. And it's really simple. It's not about singing or sounding pretty at all. It's just about getting in touch with yourself, soothing your nervous system, and being present to whatever is for you that day.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to try the tools. Maria Brannon, thank you so much for what you do in the world. And thank you for being here today to share it with everyone. Congrats on the book.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. And congratulations to you too. Thank you for being such an amazing steward of these types of projects, helping people bravely share their voices.
You guys, if you can't already feel it and hear it, this is way more than a book. This is a generous community. And Maria has some beautiful tools in the book. Of course, you can grab your copy today, hop over to
Yes.
Amazon. I've got the link down below for you. But I am also hooking Maria up down below with her website, her links. Check it out. Check out all of the amazing things that she's up to. She's ready to grab your hand, answer a question, carry on the conversation we started today. And it's one of the things I love the most about these collaborations is we're sharing these stories, but we're also sharing some practical, powerful medicine with you. And we want to be your guide on that journey. You're also invited to join the book launch party. It's going to be a few days from now on May 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern. I've got some information down below. We're going to gather with all of the authors of Dreaming with Bees and celebrate. And lastly, today, everyone, remember your words change the world when you're brave enough to share them. So it is time to be brave. See you next time, everyone.